All right, guys, just want to make a quick video. I know we've been dumping over the last couple of days. I know everybody's freaking out. Everybody's having a nervous breakdown. I was on Reddit. I was on and just looking at YouTube videos. I see a lot of YouTubers now, a lot of posters, a lot of Twitter people are now getting bearish on the markets. I love it. That's what makes me happy. That's the flush out that we need. People need to understand. I've been saying it for a long time. We always have big dumps in the bull market. It's not just my opinion. I pull up a chart right here. I was just looking at it. Even if you go back to, this is only a 5-year chart. Probably should have done, I could probably go back farther. But even if you just look at 2021, you know, you'll be up at 55,000. Oh my God, that's great. Then a dump right back down to 46, a $10,000 dump, which is like 20-30%. And everybody thought it was over. I remember this dump, to be honest with you. I was thinking maybe I should have sold my Cardano. I think I actually did sell some. I think I actually did sell some of my Cardano at that one. And then really within a month later, a couple of weeks later, we're right back up to 61, making new all-time highs. Even at 61, though, still even some dumps there. 61, then down to 57. Now remember, if you go from 61 to 57, a lot of people even back then were saying, oh my God, it's over. Then we go all the way back down to 50. So then almost everybody's thinking the bull market's over. Then we go right back up to 60. And then look at this one. This was the double top. Then everybody's convinced 100% it's over. We pretty much dump almost half down to $33,000. This is all in 2021. Everybody thought it was over. I probably thought it was over as well. Then look at this, right back up to 48, down to 42, 50, 60. Then we make the double top up to 61. Then after that, we go into the bear market, which is the misery. But even in the bear market, we got some pumps in the bear market as well. But then it was pretty much just all misery for a couple years. So that's why I'm not concerned about this. I love when people get flushed out. The only way we're going to get the second leg up in Bitcoin, which is going to lead to the second leg up in alt season, which is going to be the big run in alt season. That's going to be the big run in alt season where everything goes crazy. It only happens when you get that major flush out in Bitcoin. So what are people talking about right now? A lot of people are talking about we're going to go to 85,000. I think I saw that, who was this guy? Who's that guy? I forget his name, a Chinese guy. Is it Willy Woo or something like that? I think he was talking about like an $85,000. Some other guy was talking about like a 75,000. You even had Charlie Lee on CNBC saying we could even go down to 50, but it doesn't matter because we're going to be at 250 at some point this year. Actually, let's play a little bit of Charlie Lee. He's overall bullish, and he's a guy I respect. He's one of the few people in crypto I pretty much listen to everything this guy says. He's overall bullish in Bitcoin right now.
Inflection point.
Tom, what does the movement in Bitcoin say to you? So we're at 91,000. What is that? What is that a signal or a sign of anything in this sort of analysis?
Stupid Fed.
Yeah.
Cutting.
Yeah, Bitcoin's down roughly 15% from its highs, which for a hyper-volatile asset is a pretty normal correction, and it is slightly following global liquidity, but we're pretty early in this halving cycle. So to me, I think Bitcoin in the near term, again, our technician thinks 70,000 is where we can sort of make a stand. Means you're getting a big opportunity because I think Bitcoin's going to be one of the best performing assets.
So hold on, but you still think it goes all the way down to 70,000, or you think that's the floor? In which case, you would still buy at this price?
Yeah. So there's Fibonacci's. So one level would be 70.
Let's say that again.
There's retracement levels. So you pull back from where you rallied.
Right.
So 70 is one level. It could go to as low as the 50s. But that's, again, not a new level. It's just where it touches and before it begins to rally.
Okay, let me ask you a different question. For those folks who are watching who are not in Bitcoin or are thinking about buying Bitcoin at these prices, are you saying that this is a fair and good price to get in, or are you saying wait because you think it's going farther down?
You know, Bitcoin is something you need to be long-term focused. I don't think anyone's going to lose money buying here at 90. If they're trying to time this, maybe they'll get lucky and it goes to 70. But to me, Bitcoin could be significantly higher this year. You know.
Yeah, and I agree with that 100%. And like I told you guys, I've said it like a million times. I'm not going to say it again. Well, I guess I am going to say it again, but I'm not going to get into detail. The amount of money I've lost trying to time these markets, you're better off just holding when you're in a bull market. This bull market's not anywhere near being over. We have another major leg up. Trust me, guys, when it's over, I'll let you guys know when it's over. Now, of course, I could be wrong. We could go to zero tomorrow. Everything could end. The top could have been 107. I don't freaking know. I'm just going off of history, and I'm following very smart people. The people I follow in crypto are not like the YouTubers that a lot of other people follow. I'll watch them for maybe entertainment purposes. I follow really smart Ivy League people that have been right, that have been proven right. Alessio, who is a YouTuber, but he's also an analyst. And Tom Lee is a guy I've been following since 2017. I wish I listened to him a little bit more in 2017. Then I wouldn't have lost so much money. Fact is, Bitcoin is doing nothing unusual right now. Could you get out completely in the markets and Bitcoin goes down to 70 and you made the trade of a lifetime? Yeah, you could. But odds are, if you get out right now at 90, we do dump, you won't get back in because you think we're going to go lower, and then you're basically going to pay all this money in transaction fees, and you're not going to time it right anyway. That's why right now, guys, we are in the perfect buy the dip opportunity, especially for a lot of these altcoins, which a lot of these altcoins aren't even dumping as much as you would expect the way Bitcoin's dumping. But right now, we're kind of just in a wait. Let's just wait and see what happens. We have the inauguration in about a week and a half. And really good things happening. I did tell you guys with the fires in California, they're probably still going to be burning because the California government's completely incompetent. They are still burning. Reservoirs are dry. We called all this about a week ago. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think that leads to a good sentiment in the markets. I'm not saying that's why crypto is dumping. If you look at the actual traditional markets today, you'll see one big reason that Bitcoin and stocks were kind of down. You had the job numbers, which were better than expected. Of course, that means the Fed's probably not going to lower the interest rate, so that scares people away from the risk assets. You also have overall that the tech stocks have been dumping since last week. And if you listen to Tom Lee, really stocks have been kind of on a downward trend over the last month. But if you look at the markets right now, traditional markets, it looks like tech stocks have been kind of struggling. So tech stocks always bring down Bitcoin when they dump it. So I think we're kind of in a little bit of pullback, a little bit of a calm before the storm, before Trump gets in. And I think that's all this is. Again, I could be wrong, but I can tell you guys, I haven't sold anything. I'm looking to buy more. I'm actually hoping to have a condo I'm going to be selling next week. I'm actually hoping the timing works out perfectly where I can actually take 20% of the money I'm making from the condo. And I don't think it's going to work out like that because of how long it takes to close. But I would no problem take 20% of my profits from the condo and just put it right in the Cardano. Like that's how confident I am right now in these markets. Now, when we get into spring and summer, I'm not going to be saying the same thing. I do fully expect probably misery for the next week or two. I think people are going to be depressed. I think you're going to see a lot more people capitulating. The lower Bitcoin goes, the more people are going to capitulate. And it's like some psychological number in the universe that I don't know what it is. Bitcoin's going to get to a certain level where we get some flash crash probably down to like 80, 85. I don't know. Maybe we've already hit the bottom, but I could see this happening. And we get so many people leaving the market, and that is basically the bottom. But we could be right back at $100,000 Bitcoin tomorrow for all I know. That's why it's what it is right now. It's Russian roulette. Trading these markets right now is Russian roulette. Some people get lucky. The other ones get their head blown off. It's not worth the risk to me. So I haven't sold anything. And overall, guys, I mean, it's kind of funny. The market was dumping about 2 days ago as well. I think Bitcoin was down to like 94. Cardano had a 15-20% pump in one day, right back to over $1. For no apparent reason. That's why, I was talking to my somebody in my family the other day. He's like trying to tell me about all the charts on Cardano, all the volume and all this stuff, and like Fibonacci's and all. I'm like, all that. I'm like, dude, it don't matter. None of that matters. Like Cardano's just gonna pump based off news. It's gonna pump based off Bitcoin. It's gonna pump based off of what Charles Hoskinson decides to tweet one day. Like you got to ignore all these Fibonacci's and volume. None of that shit matters right now, especially when you're in an alt season. So that's the way I see it. As far as other news, let's see. So we covered the traditional markets. Charles Hoskinson talking about RLUSD. Charles Hoskinson responds to the criticisms and anticipates the integration of RLUSD on Cardano. Cardano, blah, 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 founder, blah, blah, blah. Hoskinson, the controversy over Cardano holding and USDC. Now, everybody wants Cardano to integrate USDC. He has not done that. He kind of goes into why he hasn't done it. I think it's because they wanted him to give him like $3 million or something like that. Let's see. A former employee raised issues regarding Cardano's holdings and the lack of integration of USDC, the popular stablecoin from Circle. In 2021, Hoskinson responded by clarifying that Cardano holdings are not people's money, but represent profit generated for the development of the Cardano network. Hoskinson revealed that the integration of USDC would have required an investment of $3 million, a figure that at the time was considered non-strategic for the platform's goals. I agree. I mean, $3 million is nothing. He should have done that, and I think most people agree with that. I mean, $3 million out of the Cardano fund, or Charles Hoskinson should have sold some of his personal holdings of Cardano or Bitcoin to get into USDC. I think if they did that, Cardano would be a lot higher right now. But anyway, that's the decision he made a couple years ago. A figure that at the time was considered non-strategic for the platform's goals. This choice raised doubts in the community considering the importance of stablecoins in the bull and bear crypto sector. During this discussion, Hoskinson also hinted at a possible collaboration with Ripple to integrate the RLUSD, a stablecoin with a current supply of 53 million tokens and a market capitalization of $53 million. The integration of RLUSD could bring significant advantages to the Cardano ecosystem. So it does look like they are going to be integrated in the RLUSD. Not sure when. Yeah, it doesn't really get one, but I guess they're working with Ripple. I guess that's kind of why Charles Hoskinson has been kind of kissing the ass of Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple lately. He wants to kind of work with them. So whatever. I mean, yeah, he should have gone into USDC a couple years ago. He didn't. I don't know why he doesn't do that now. I guess he has a deal with Ripple. And overall, I think it doesn't matter at this point. But it would have been nice a couple years ago if he just spent the $3 million. I don't know. Maybe Charles Hoskinson is a cheapskate. Here's Crypto Rand kind of talking about what we need, the greed factor, the market sentiment, and why we need this flush out, and we need people to be terrified so we can hit a bottom.
And as I've said before, a million times, for me, I need this fear and greed to go down. I need to smell fear in the markets. And despite everything in all these corrections, we haven't had fear in the markets. We're starting to get fear now. In fact, I think for now, we're going to get the fear here. I bet you if I look at the stock market, let's look at the fear and greed, CNN fear and greed. If we look at the stock market fear and greed, they must be in extreme fear. Okay, they're very, very, very close to extreme fear. And I reckon when this changes, they're going to get to extreme fear. You need the markets to actually be in extreme fear. And so what you have here is you finally have the markets getting into extreme fear. You're getting a lot of market selling, and you're getting a lot of shorts actually aping into the market. So what we're seeing now is we're seeing a complete reset of the markets. The longs are turning into shorts, and what you have here is you have the funding rates actually turn negative. So if you look at the funding rates on ETH, for example, right now on Bybit, if you are long ETH, you're actually getting paid too long. You're actually getting paid. Funding rates right now are actually negative. This is what you call a reset. This is a crypto reset. We're in the midst of a crypto reset. And when you have another leg up, you need a reset. In bull market corrections are not only about prices going down. Corrections are about emotions resetting. It's about a complete reset and a complete rethinking of your investment strategy. We'll talk about that at the end because that's really where I want to go.
Yeah, and he pretty much said it correctly, guys. We're looking for a reset. We're looking for at least half the people who are bullish on crypto and altcoins to say, I'm capitulating, this is over. Most of those people are going to be newer people into the market, maybe people who got in a couple years ago. But we kind of need them to get out. And then what happens is they all come running back in. So I think we're getting there. But overall, I mean, the dump on Bitcoin really, I mean, we were here a couple weeks ago. So this dump really isn't even all that big. But for whatever reason, this dump has kind of caused like people's mind the market sentiment to really turn negative. I know Bitcoin went down to like 90,000. Now we're back up to 92. I think anything under 90,000, when we get into like the $89,000 range, the $88,000 range, you're going to see a lot of people just like scared shitless, and just like, you know, people who bought it like $100,000 Bitcoin thinking it was going to $1 million or whatever last month or whatever. I think you're going to see them start to flood out of this market. You're going to see a lot more bear market talk, like, oh my God, we're done now. The bull market's over. We got 4 more years left of bear market. You're going to start to see a lot more of that talk. And to me, that's going to mark the bottom. You're seeing a little bit of that right now. I mean, you're actually seeing more than a little bit. You're actually seeing a good amount of it, to be honest with you. So I would say it's possible we're already there. If I had to bet on it, we have a little bit more room to go down, but it's like, would I bet on it at all? Would I bet any of my crypto on that? Of course not. Especially when you see how fast these altcoins can pump. All I'm doing right now, I do have a little bit of money on the side. Like I said, I have a little bit tied up in that condo. If we do go to like an $85,000 Bitcoin, 87,000, I think the altcoins are going to have like another 15-20% shaved off. I'll probably go and buy some more Theta, some more Cardano, some more Vulcan Forge, things like that. But if we just kind of stay above 90, I'm probably just not going to buy anything and just kind of wait. I mean, my bags are packed and I'm ready to go. I think that's a song too. But, you know, this really doesn't concern me. I'm really not even paying attention to the markets. I'm so busy right now with other things. And that's what I recommend people do. Do other things. Don't fixate on these markets. Just kind of, I didn't even look at the markets really. I think I looked one time when I was driving in my car yesterday. I wasn't even going to make a video today. I'm just like, okay, we're dumping. I might as well make a video just to kind of talk about it. But the main thing is, do I see anything scary? No. The big smart people I follow, not the BitBoy, not any of these losers, the big smart people, the Tom Lees, the Alicio, I forget his last, I can't ever pronounce his name, but the people who have been proven right in these markets are the people that I follow. Now, could they be wrong? Absolutely. Could we lose it all? Absolutely. Could all of California burn to the ground and Bitcoin drops 80% because crazy shit's happening? Yeah, could. We got Trump's inauguration this month, next Monday. Today's Monday, so next Monday. There could be a terrorist attack or something that day, like something horrible could happen. That could crash the markets. So you just don't know. But most of that stuff will be temporary anyway. But overall, as far as following the chart, looking at Bitcoin, looking at where it's been, even if you have, I mean, this is really far back. Well, actually, I put max. It's only going back to, 2019. Anyway, but following the markets you see, Bitcoin's extremely volatile. The last bull market I can really pull up right now for some reason. I don't know why it's not going back to 2017. But the last bull market I can pull up is the last one in 2021. Look how volatile things were. So all you got to do is take everything right there and put it to where we are right now and be like, okay, I mean, this is all normal. Look at the chart so far from 2025. It's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing. You know, it's the same old shit. We hit this high. Now we're going back down. It's going to look like a mountain. It just looks like mountains. Or it looks like one of those EKG charts, but the guy's like, you know, he's getting heavily stimulated. The hot nurse walked in. So you got like, here's the guy right here. Hot nurse walked in. Oh my God, look at that woman. She leaves the room. Hot nurse walks back in. You know, it's like, it's all it is right here. It's just normal stuff. So like I said, I'm overall bullish. I don't see anything crazy happening. Yeah, we could dip to 85 or something like that. It really doesn't matter to me. January could be miserable. Like a lot of people have said January is going to be miserable. Yeah, maybe January isn't great. I don't know. Or maybe it's not. Or maybe we dump for the next week or two and then we come back. Point being, the smart money, not the YouTubers, not the Twitter trolls, the smart money, they're all looking for buy the dip opportunities and they're all long-term bullish. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me see if I missed anything here. Yeah, well, I already talked about the wildfires. Los Angeles wildfires are returning. Santa Ana winds threaten to expand deadly black. Man, can you? I don't even know. It's such. We already talked about California and how mismanaged that piece of crap state is. But all right, guys, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.